Yeah, Daxy taught his kids how to tuck and roll.
Yeah, I mean that's why you have multiple children.
Right.
Yep.
The heir and the spare.
And there's your cold opening. Welcome, everybody, to the Loose Screws podcast, the loosest and definitely screwiest podcast for Elite Dangerous on the internet. This is episode number 235 for May 23rd, 2024.
33010.
Everybody, much better tonight. I am Commander Nurgle, and joining me tonight is a wide array of the local crazies, including Commander Audaxius.
Oh, good day for the Empire indeed.
Slow clap.
Fresh in from a wild drive, getting back to the house in time for this.
Yeah.
Also joining us tonight, Commander Bloomingwind.
Hello, greetings.
Commander Larkshadow.
A flock of crows is called a murder.
Okay. Commander NL Hate.
Oh, we're skipping that guy because he's muted? That's fine.
We're going to come back to
a
him.
group of vultures called a Congress.
Awesome. Commander Oblivious.
I don't do accents.
See, now I hear you try, Oblivious.
And possibly joining us in progress at a later date, Commander Mr. Indigo. All right. We got a whole bunch of people on tonight, and we got a whole bunch to talk about. So let's go around the table and find out what's going on. And let's do it in reverse order. So, Commander Oblivious.
Real life. Still working on the backyard project, coming along. Game, messing with the BGS and our antagonist out there on a daily basis. And yeah, that's it.
All right. Commander Hate.
So I got to legendary rank in Warframe. And
Congrats.
My brother,
That's a big accomplishment.
My brother has a Corvette-powered Nissan 240SX Silvia S15,
Holy crap.
which was never brought to the U.S., let alone with a Corvette engine in it. He brought his car home from the Drift Mansion, which is it's a viral Airbnb. And when he got home, I just got interdicted by scouts. Pardon me. There was bolts sitting under the trailer, or under the car on the trailer. So he looked for wherever those bolts should have came from and couldn't find where they came from. And he was attempting to install an oil cooler and had to drain the oil out. And his oil pan was full of metal shavings.
Oh, no.
He's driven his car 6 times.
Rip.
But that's what I've got going on. Warframe and race cars.
Bum, 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 bum.
Yeah.
Dexy gets it.
Maybe a dirge, matey. I didn't get a chance to build the raised flower bed that we were going to build last weekend because we had torrential rain. So that's still hovering over my head. I too have been BGSing like crazy this week. Really got to use my new Oops All Frags Python Mark II, which I got to admit is possibly more fun than the Frag Mamba.
Wow. That's high praise.
Yeah, it is.
It's close. Don't get me wrong. The Frag Mamba will always have a special place in my heart, but the Frag Mark II is it slaps. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. Yeah, just BGS. And I'm sure when we get to the squad update, we'll talk about all the stuff that's going on in BGS.
Oh, we got things to talk about in BGS. Don't you worry.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So Commander Larkshadow, what's going on with you?
Oh, frick. Real life's been real life-ing, but it seems like it's starting to trend upwards again. You know, it comes in waves. And in game, I have been murdering the ever living crap out of ADI wherever I can, and it has been fun.
Yes, you have perfected the settlement dive bombing build, haven't you?
I have. I've switched back to the missiles because it's hard to bullseye specific guards when you see them. But on my Viper Mark III, mind you, not the Mark IV. The Mark III is meant for this kind of thing, not my baby. I have basically learned, depending on what speed I'm going, exactly where I need to put the settlement on my windscreen to drop mines so they land right on the stupid people on the stupid settlement. Just about, anyways. There's many a screenshot, and it's as hysterical as it sounds every time. I'm not gonna lie.
We're gonna have to get video of some of that with a co-pilot and an external camera.
Right?
And they say there's no sphere of combat.
Yeah,
Maybe
it's true.
Rini can fill you. Maybe Rini can film you.
Hey, there you go.
Right. Need a higher G planet though, because the ones I've been on have been like 0.0 whatever gravity.
Yeah.
And so I fly by at like 300-400.
And the mines float gently to the
Yeah,
ground.
and the mines, like they slow themselves down because they're proximity mines, but it still takes a solid like 10 to 15 seconds before they actually hit the base, depending on how high I was. Because I found if I get too low, I will hit a building every single time.
So you're telling me you've got time to boost out, turn around, and watch them land?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
That's great.
Would recommend. It's great fun.
Yeah. All right, Commander Bloomingman, what's going on in your neck of the woods?
Yeah. So, I mean, I haven't been on in 3 weeks, and it's been a very busy 3 weeks. So, my wife graduated with her doctorate about 2 weeks ago.
Yay.
Yay. And then we had a party for her. I jokingly called it her bat mitzvah because she was like, "Can I have a few friends over?" And then it just evolved into being over the top. And then then she had surgery on her thyroid. She had half her thyroid removed.
Oh, it sucks.
Yeah, well, which was very exciting. So she recuperated from that nicely. Just got the okay from her surgeon, which was wonderful. And then our daughter just came home from college and is doing daughter home from college things. So we were getting her ready for her internship. And then my son's off from school, so it's just I'm the only one going to work.
Lucky you.
Yeah, no, my wife works, but she works remotely, so she works from home. But I'm the only one getting in the car with the lunch pail and all the
Nice.
and I've been on call all week, so I've been having my day start at 7 as opposed to 8, which is always a nice kick in the teeth when you're trying to get up in the morning.
No comment.
No comment. Yeah.
No comment.
And yeah. So then in game, I've been doing some things for BGS behind the scenes, but I won't talk about them.
No.
Yeah.
Behind the scenes for a reason.
But in addition to our efforts that we're doing, I was also doing some other things. So it looks like I'm not doing anything, but I've been doing a lot of nothing. So and then I just bought my Frag Mark II. I haven't engineered it yet. It's being shipped to my fleet carrier, but I finally bought it because I had almost enough arcs to buy the ship kit, right?
Right.
And then I tried to buy more arcs, and I never have been able to buy arcs. So
Steam, my friend.
Still.
Steam.
I know Steam. It's too complicated for me.
Don't make me drive up there and show you how to do that.
He will.
Yeah.
He'll do it. He's got the time now.
Okay. Yeah, we have a guest room, so you can stay. But yeah, no, I haven't. So I just got my 33,000 arcs and pulled the trigger. So I just bought it yesterday, but it needs to be engineered and stuff. So it probably won't be flying for another week.
Yeah, I don't have the ship kit on it, but I want it because it kind of makes it look like a Klingon battle cruiser just a little bit with those big spikes on the wings.
Yeah, no, I think it looks pretty cool. I think I'm going to keep the red as opposed to going gray, but
As opposed to dropping another 6,000 arcs on a paint job.
well, I mean, if FDev would let me buy the arcs, I'm willing. I am
Hey.
happy to sell. I'm happy to buy some ARCs, but
I have
Yeah,
to fix your banking stuff.
yeah,
You
they
gotta
think I'm routing it through some weird Swiss bank account, and then again through a few Russian banks, and
You're money
kinda-
laundering your arcs.
yeah, money laundering my ARCs.
The only thing worse than these colonials is the Swiss.
Oh, so I guess we're moving on now to the spiffing Brit.
Hello.
The
No,
spiffing Brit.
I gotta use my time as a big shout out. So this transatlantic trash talk with Lave Radio culminated. They took me up on the challenge, and I cannot stress how disappointed I am that they actually managed a decent American accent.
It was pretty good.
Well done, Lave Radio. I hate you.
But too short.
Though I'm not going to lie, Alex's American accent kind of made him sound like he was from San Francisco. I'm just saying.
And then one of them tried a little bit of a drawl. So the bonus points for going like even regional above and beyond the country, right? In game, dude, ripping in the Python Mark II. Straight ripping. Love it. It's just like the Chieftain in that, like, flying an Xbox controller, you're flying with inherent limitations, but there's just certain ships that I can put exactly where I want. So the Python Mark II is one of those. And that is it.
We're gonna have to get the clip from Lave Radio and play it side by side with your clip, so the listeners can decide who did it best.
Right.
Yeah, and
That's not a bad idea.
A little cultural enrichment, never hurt anybody.
I don't know if I would call
Look.
any of that cultural enrichment, more like
no.
cultural degradation.
That's fair.
The one thing
I'll take that on the chin.
The one thing is
that one.
Yeah, I can own that one.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I was hoping Psykit would have given it a go, but
I'm just glad that our little podcast was listened to by anyone at all.
I believe Psychit's exact response was, quote, absolutely not,
Yeah.
unquote.
Wow, that sounded just like a recording of her. Wow, was that on the soundboard?
No, some of my favorite streamers that I follow on Twitch are all in the UK, and so that accent is just in my brain now.
Well, pip to you, sir. Yeah, but that's it. That's Hola Texas.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
We got a full cast of characters. Did Commander Indigo come back? 3, 2, 1.
Crickets,
That's a
crickets.
no. All right, we're moving on. we need a cricket soundtrack just for that.
There you go.
And he's gone. Well, that answers that question.
Sad.
Yeah, well, now
you
we
hurt
know.
feelings.
All right. So I guess let's move on and do a squad update.
Oh, I got this. Hold on. I wasn't ready. I apologize. 1 second.
Oh, this is like the Tef bot booting up.
Dead air. Dead air.
It's great podcasting here.
I didn't have my mic button on. Let me try that again.
Oh Lord.
Incoming priority message. Squadron briefing.
That's some quality podcasting right there. That is some
Nothing but
quality
the best.
podcasting.
Hey, we are the original
man.
If It Will Do It Live podcast.
No,
Exactly.
Amen.
You would think we had an audio engineer in this squadron or something, but
Nah.
Who needs that?
exactly.
Yep.
All right, so we've got wars in Imiutli, I think that's how you pronounce it, and we are at war again in Xians. And this time, interestingly, it's a control war that we've been pushed into in Xians, and I'm kind of at the point with PowerPoint 2.0 and ADI messing with us that I'm like, the hell with it. We're just going to take Xians unless there's sufficient resistance to stop us. So we're just going to go for it. There's an election in LHS 3980. Vote early, vote often, and vote for Grover Kiwi. Operation Red Dawn. So the people who've taken over After Dark Initiative are pushing hard to retake a couple of their systems that we've managed to flip, and they've been really working hard to prevent their other 3 systems that we've targeted retaliation from being anywhere near. So they've actually gone on the defensive, which is really good. We've won our wars in Howard and Tamor, and it does not seem like they've been trying to restart a battle with us in those systems. Now, the thing about Tamor is that that's their native system, so we can't push them out of it, unfortunately. There's no systems overheating. A couple are lukewarm. And I just want to thank everyone who's been working incredibly hard at BGS, especially our force of retired pilots who seem to be flying while I'm working. Oblivious, Nurgle, thank you. And thanks to everyone else. We couldn't do what we're doing without everybody.
I also want to say again to the people who have taken over ADI, please come talk to us. We really don't bite unless bitten first. Promise.
And we actually like the actual people in ADI.
Yeah.
So
and we have been talking to them.
Yeah. So come out of the woodworks. Speak up.
Also, F you.
That's the spirit.
And they can't see me doing a heart with my hands, but I promise I am.
Well, pie.
Also,
food.
There, I think that covers all the bases of how we feel about that.
Yeah.
It's just, yeah. It does. It does. All right. So let's do I don't think there was anything on Galnet. We need to do a quick update on the Thargoid War. I believe we mentioned last week that it looked like Hadad was going to be targetable come Tharg's Day. Well, today is Tharg's Day, and it is Hadad o'clock.
And they're already 2 hearts in, baby.
Right,
get in there. It's going quick.
As of the recording of this podcast,
there are 3 hearts in.
Oh, there's 3 hearts in.
My
5 hearts left.
When we started this podcast, they were 2 hearts down. By the time we get to the Thargoid War update, they are 3 hearts down. By the time this gets processed, posted, and in somebody's podcast app, there may not be any hearts left.
And if you're listening to this a week after the fact, rip Hadad.
Yeah. So if you're not already...
Yeah. Get your hearts. We got a little fresh piping hot hearts. Come and get your hearts.
If you're not already shooting Hadad, it may be too late.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And we don't know what's going to be after Hadad. So
looks like
Hadad,
Thor.
Looks like which one?
Thor.
Okay.
I'm guessing it's going to be another Thargoid Titan. I'm just saying. Just a feeling I have.
Probably a good guess. Probably. So
now I have a question for everybody.
Okay.
So after Hadad, there are 4 Titans left. Are we going to defeat all 8 Titans, or is there going to be something happening in game after we take out 5 or 6?
I hope that at some point, maybe when there's like 2 left or something like that, they pick up and leave, go to what is now a currently locked section of space, and then that becomes unlocked, and it's like a place where you can go and fight Thargoids. I don't know if they're going to do that, but that's what I hope they do.
If you ask me, I think some of the hijinks pointing towards that are probably going to start after Hadad goes down. I don't know if one will leave after Hadad goes down, but whatever needs to be set in motion to have at least a couple of them bug out is going to be set in motion after this one blows up. That's just my opinion, though.
I would like to see that happen.
As would I. I'm also, though, still of the opinion that all of these Tharg humans or Hugoids, whatever we want to call them, the people that were captured and then summarily saved, are going to be, air quote, activated at some point still. I still believe that. I don't know that we're going to fight them, though. I used to think that. I now think that once they're activated, there'll be some chaos for a couple weeks, maybe even a month, as all these systems suddenly have all these Thargoid people in them, right? And then Salome is going to come back and be able to lead those people and show them how to live like that.
Oh, you're
Salome?
Or not
Salome.
freaking sorry,
No,
not Salome.
Salvation.
No, not salvation.
Seojin.
Seojin A, yes.
Yeah.
Every time I go to say her name, it comes out as never mind.
Well, you just keep rolling through the S names. Eventually, one of them will be
Yeah,
right.
exactly. So, anyways, I think Salami is going to come back and lead those people, and that will become a power play faction.
You know now that every time you say this, you have to use a different S name. It can't ever be the same one twice.
Oh, of course. I know her name is Saskatoon.
Ooh, that's a spicy Thargoid.
Thick Thargoid Butte. All right, so
God.
moving on to dev news with a Thargoid flavor. So FDev dropped kind of a forum bomb this afternoon.
Forum nuke, you should say.
A little bit.
And posted what they're going to be doing for update 18.06, which is going to drop next Tuesday, May 28th. There's a link to that in the show notes. The brief overview before we talk about specifics is they've changed the weighting for which Thargoid activities affect rolling back Thargoid systems. They've basically unnerfed Thargoid bonds. They changed the way Spire sites affect controlled systems. They're changing the way Counter-Strike systems, I think, appear, not just and work. And then they're changing the Titan vulnerability system to make it a lot simpler. And there's a whole lot of detail for all of those. So what do we want to talk about first?
Jesus.
Bear with me. I'm opening the link again. I apologize.
I would like to
do
add.
do we get into
start with the rebalancing?
Yeah. So bonds are rebalanced. It's like a.
Maybe they should have undone it in the first place.
Yeah. It's like a 15-ish %, 20% buff on all the bonds and all the.
With the exception of the Orthrus, which went down, which honestly it always should have been about 15 in the first place, so that's fine.
Yeah.
What didn't it come out? It was like 4, and then it got like quintupled or whatever to 40.
Yes.
And then
that's not quintupled
or whatever, disopled or degopled. Come on.
I was told they were Dino mass.
You guys hang out with me in general chat every day. You expect me to know that word?
You could have just said by a factor of 10. They added a 0.
By a factor of numbers. And it's like you picture balancing as being this delicate process, but they just have a meat cleaver. They're either like dumping handfuls of flour into the recipe or just like chopping little pieces of it off. But hey, I'm not going to complain. My God, we've been waiting for it for like 6 months, a year. So they heard us. It just took a while to get through their
I can't believe that they typed with a straight face that they just now realized that sampling was overly powerful. Like, really? Where have you been for the past 12 months?
I think the email that sampling was too strong has been in a developer's inbox for the better part of a year, and someone finally made them check their email.
It just was in the spam folder.
Just in the
spam folder. Yeah.
100%.
It's like they don't play their own game. Sorry.
But so they basically said that they're going to change the weighting for combat and hunting Orthrus and everything else.
Basically like a war.
To even them out.
A war.
It's weird.
It's not the Thargoid Dermatology Conference. Jesus.
And somewhere, Trax giddy happy that now combat actually means something in terms of the Thargoid War.
Mm-hmm. And getting rid of and as far as those bonds and how your actions affect things, removing the exponential curve and making it a linear curve.
Yeah, that's a big
change.
Yeah, that's a big change.
Mm-hmm. Also, I'm kind of peeking behind the curtain here, but I think like I love all the gameplay and all the loops they've put in and how diverse they've made it. But 8 Titans in a row, eventually there's like fatigue and attrition, right? It's like,
Oh yeah.
by the 6th and 7th Titan, we're like, Jesus, okay, like we've done this. So I think also timing wise, I like that they did that now. So it's not gonna be this like we're gonna get to the 7th Titan and then not be able to do it because everyone's sick of it.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I fit directly into that because, like I've said forever, I just want to get Oya and got Oya, got the 3-star thing. I'm happy. I'll cheer everyone on getting the other ones, but I don't care.
Yeah.
So, question for our more experienced AX pilots: Does now that the AX conflict zones actually have more impact, does that get you more engaged now back into the game, or is it
I
still?
might go do a conflict
more
zone.
painful?
I think it does. I think it does.
Yeah. That's my favorite part of the game by far. Like the Operation Gold Medal is like my fondest memory.
That was
of the game.
Operation Bronze Medal.
Oh
That's-
yeah. Whoa, how soon I forget.
That's exactly what I
Definitely,
was
yeah.
going back to. Is I remember that I didn't participate in it. I was just getting started in BGS, so I supported the home front, but I was following you guys and everything that went on. There was stuff going on.
He's been possessed.
Oh God, he's been possessed.
Alien
Did you
abduction
dunk your
confirmed.
microphone and a can of Coke?
Call the
The
exorcist.
Thargoid's got him. Send help.
Might have to come back to that point.
Yep, I think we are.
Calling
I'm
the bishop.
seeing somewhere
We
there's
may
a
have
head,
lost him.
somewhere there's a head spinning 360 degrees and vomiting.
Yep, we lost him.
Wow.
Hey,
Okay, we'll come back to that point.
are we back?
No.
Oh God, no.
No.
I mean, you and
Oh, an exorcist.
you and the legion that's with you is back.
Oh,
having
I'm
Oblivious-
sorry, Oblivious. That was hysterical.
We're having technical difficulties with Oblivious.
Yeah.
So they also changed the way spires work. And maybe this is just the way FDev writes things, because I thought I had a handle on how spires worked before, but after reading how they say spires works and how they've changed it, I am thoroughly confused. With what I thought I knew.
Yeah, where's that at?
But we'll just go with they've changed the way spires work.
They changed it to how
it's the
spires should have worked.
Yeah, it's the threshold of how like the work bleeds over.
Right.
And there's like a 10 system limit, but then now it'll span beyond the 10th so that if you hit the marker before Thursday, you're not wasting your efforts.
Right.
I don't
And they
is anyone tracking that specifically? Maybe they are.
the AXI guys are.
Yeah, definitely.
So the Counter-Strike system and the AXCZs, basically now there's going to be AXCZs. They say, and I thought they had said this before, but they say now anti-Xeno combat zones will spawn in all Thargoid controlled systems.
Nice.
Again, they've said that before,
Mm-hmm.
and it didn't happen.
Hey, FDev lives by their word, Nurgle. You take that back.
No.
Just because they live by it doesn't mean it actually happens.
So I think anything that creates more AXCZs is a good thing, because every AXCZ is a location for a bunch of commanders to get together and have fun.
Mm-hmm.
So anything that makes more AXCZs, and of course, if AXCZs are now going to be, as they should have been all along, the most effective way to progress the war, you're going to need them anyway.
Yeah.
Nice.
And now they're apparently moving on here. They're going to change the way Titan vulnerability happens, and it's on some weird exponential curve now that you have to get them down to basically no systems before they're vulnerable. That's going to be changed to a pretty simple and binary method of, if there are 3 controlled systems or less, the Titan is vulnerable. If there are 4 controlled systems or more, you're basically not going to be able to hurt it.
Mm-hmm. Which
needed to happen.
It's a convenience. I'm down.
Yeah. At this point, for the first one, make it some weird, exponential system that you have to really work it down
Yeah.
to chug through the rest of them. Yeah, let's make it as simple as we can.
Yeah.
So that is the Titan changes.
Mm-hmm.
Also, apparently coming out Tuesday, there's going to be a fix to an issue where contacts menus were not working with HOTAS, which I'm on HOTAS and I have never experienced, so I don't really know what's going on there.
Apparently,
What I'm-
Oblivious did, and if he's been,
No.
if he's seen basically a ghost hunter at this point, he might be able to tell us.
It wasn't me, but it was one of our members. Yeah, that had the problem.
Somebody had it. Yeah, I remember somebody had a problem. But
Wasn't it Canuck?
Yep, our crazy.
That's
Canuck.
right. That's right.
So overall, what's the opinion on the changes to the Thargoid War? Good, bad, indifferent?
Woohoo!
Wonderful.
Good game.
Finally.
I think
Yeah.
I'm done doing the Titan stuff, but if the group wants to go do some AXCZs, I'm absolutely down. I'm there.
Yeah, and that's kind of where I am.
Yeah.
I'm really hoping that we get a chance to go out and do some AXCZ stuff because.
But I personally would like to invite our ADI Nemesi to join us in AX combat when we schedule it.
Come on.
Let's all come together.
I mean, just like World War One, that soccer ball game during Christmas Day between the Germans
how
and the
dare
British.
Exactly.
Come on,
We could like all kill
Sabaton wrote a
Thargoids
song.
together.
Yeah, Sabaton wrote a song about that. It's good stuff. We can do this. Come on, guys. Come on.
We can reunite behind our common hatred of the Thargoids.
Kumbaya, commanders, kumbaya.
I honestly thought you were going to say our common hatred of Fednex.
Well, but they
Yep.
may be Fednex.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah. I'll say just like on behalf of the change, I remember early on it's like when you have like 45 minutes during the week and you can hop in, but you can't get a lot done. That feeling of like, oh, this isn't going to count. Like I'm going to get one Cyclops, like it's not going to matter. Just knowing that something has been weighted in favor of combat, I'm like, okay, good. Thank you.
Right. Like, let's
Throw
go.
us that bone. Let's go.
Good.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
All
We're
right,
over here on that bone, like.
Can we clip that sound effect from maybe on the
We got it.
soundboard, please?
Feel free.
Clip it.
Let's see. So the timestamp on that clip is.
Mhm.
All right. Is there anything else we want to talk about with the pending update before we move on to Community Corner?
Well
I'll
done,
take that as a
Frontier.
no.
I got
Well
it.
done, Frontier. Golf
They
clap.
did plug the AX Combat Jumpstart Chieftain in the update notes.
Oh, did they?
Oh,
Yeah, it was
did I
kind of a
miss
neat
that?
twist.
it's just a marketing scheme.
It is. 5
Right.
Titans still remain active and a threat to the galaxy. If you have yet to engage the Thargoids, then now is the time to join the fight and jump now with the AX Combat Jumpstart Alliance Chieftain.
Have we got the ship for you?
And they even linked it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good stuff. I like that. That's awesome.
Good luck with that.
I am somewhat warmed that the first comment on the thread after that post from FDev is "Hooray, nerfing sampling."
Yep. That sums it up.
Yeah,
It does.
What more needs be said? Hooray, nerfing sampling.
All right. Moving on to Community Corner. Commander Audaxius already talked about dropping the gauntlet with Lave Radio and their response. So we're going to try to get some clips for that for the next show.
Well done.
Buckyball is it live now or
It's
Kinda
live
wish-
it's live on the 25th.
on the 25th? So it's
Yes.
live.
Yeah, so it's been announced.
It's live Saturday. Okay.
Live Saturday. What they do is the pilots have the course now. It's in Ross 104. Basically, you start off at Bunch Station, and you're tasked to fly through all of the rings of all of the ring planets and fly back to Bunch Station. And that's the race. And the race is sponsored by Niebla's artisanal tritium. If it's not Niebla's, it's just sparkling hydrogen. So we're providing a purse of 3,000 tons of tritium to the winners in each class, which
Must
will
have
deliver.
a fleet carrier to collect.
Yes, you must have a fleet carrier to collect. Otherwise, it gets bumped to the second place individual.
I was going to say, we'll try and shove it in your Type 9, but I don't think it'll go well.
Yeah, no, it won't go very well at all. And and this is, I believe, the first buckyball race where there's an actual purse. So,
Oh, interesting.
yeah, I don't think there's ever been a prize other than
Stakes are
the glory of
increasing.
winning. So,
Which honestly should be enough.
now this is the American race. It's sponsored by the American podcast.
How typical that we pick fuel as our medium of exchange.
Because there aren't very many other mediums of exchange in this game.
Yeah, but as in game, so in real life.
Yep.
Yeah, you look in the game and the game looks back at you and says, you're a medium of exchange.
It would.
Wah, wah.
All right.
Yeah, but this course, I mean, the professional buckyballers are really excited because this is the first race where SCO drives are allowed in the unlimited class.
Hell yeah.
And the way that the planets are happen to be aligned right now, it doesn't seem like in the Cobra class that they're going to have to be jumping in and out of the system. Like sometimes when the planets are on opposite sides of the sun, they'll have to jump into a system, jump out of a system, jump into a system in order to have the minimum time of hitting all the targets. But with this, it seems like they're going to be able to do everything in system without leaving the system. So
That's great.
Alex has put a video out showing a run as a promo.
Oh, cool. He was really excited about this.
yeah, he really was.
Yeah, I am absolutely showing up to this race in my, however it's set up at the moment, Viper Mark IV, like a freaking tuner showing up to a NASCAR event.
There are going to be a lot of planetary impacts.
Oh, it's going to be great. I can't wait.
Yeah, I have a regulation Cobra, and I'm going to take it out for a spin, but I'm not formally entering the race because I have a conflict of interest as the sponsor.
Yes, you do.
Fair enough.
So I wonder if they have a route that is NASCAR-like. You can only make left-hand turns.
If you roll.
You know, whether I win or lose, I should try and do a route that's exactly like that just to prove I can do it.
In space, aren't all turns left hand? Isn't that how that works?
All depends on your orientation.
Mind
go.
blown.
Yep.
Somebody's left.
Yep. Somebody's left hand somewhere.
No, yours is the ship
Yes.
that's not oriented correctly. You need to change.
I'm not upside down. You're upside down.
Handedness is in the eye of the beholder.
Handedness is in the eye of the hand.
Eye of the hand. I don't know.
I don't know.
We both screwed up that analogy. So moving on.
Swing and a miss.
Swing, yeah, double swing and a miss. That's 2 strikes.
Oh, 2 strikes.
All right.
Third one round.
We got 2 outs on the inning. Let's move on.
All right. I am
Not
ready
going
to.
hot.
I am ready to wrap this up. Unless there's something else we need to talk about.
Well, this entire time I have been trying to finally put the build I like together on my Python Mark II. And I basically have been taking pieces here and there off of every ship I own to put this thing together. And I think I'm happy with it. Forgot to breathe for a second.
Yeah, kind of need to remember to do that.
Yeah, this entire time I've been trying to get my 2 million in on the Thargoid heart, and it took me 4 different instances to find one that was not bugged.
Oof.
Are you
And
an
I
open?
remember that being mentioned in a patch notice fixed.
Are you an open?
Frontier, I tried open, I tried our private group, I tried AXI's private group, and then I tried solo, and solo's the only one that was working.
But are you an open?
Weird.
Oh, not anymore, no.
So you're an open.
I shamefully have retreated to solo. Yeah,
Shame.
so just FYI, everyone, that may not be fixed. That might require a few different logs. So fill up on your caustic sinks because you'll have to keep popping them to get in.
I think that has everything to do with the game's old net code and
Yes.
trying to instance you with people across the ocean. Because that poor
Yes.
people under there can only handle so much.
Yeah, I get it.
Did
But
you
I
just
got my
quote
2
me?
mil.
And
was
there
I-
are a lot of
Did
people
you just
there right now.
quote me?
I didn't mean to, so if I did, it was incidental.
Well, thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah,
All
just
right.
looking at for you to get a little specific with the actions that were buffed, and just going back to Thargoid War a little bit. Despite the Orthrus nerf, that's your thing, hunting Orthrus in alert systems has been buffed. So it seems like it's not just a credit bond boost across the board. It seems like if you want rescue missions, if you want to do sabotage of Orthrus, everything is going to contribute a little more. So it's not just strictly a combat buff, but get out there, because there's 5 more of these dang things that we have got to pop.
So we can make it stop.
So we can make it stop and we can get back to killing each other. Thank you very much. Mm-hmm.
It's the
All
way of humanity.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to wrap this up and get us out of here.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So that was your Loose Screws podcast. So if you like
Wait.
what you heard,
I have a question.
oh,
No.
What are we wrapping it in?
Oh
Bacon.
my God.
everything's better with bacon. So
Amen.
if you like some more of this craziness, come and join us on our Discord. And get the full daily dose of everything that is Loose Screws. So
First
Trust
get
me.
free.
Trust me, 1 dose is enough.
make sure you have your shots first. So for Commander Audaxius, Commander
Yee.
Blooming Wind, Commander Lark Shadow, Commander Hate, Commander Oblivious, and the no longer with us Commander Mr. Indigo, I am Commander Nurgle. Our time is done here. We thank you for yours. Everybody say good night.
Good night.
Good night,
Everybody say good
everyone.
night.
Love you.